To me, she was one of those people who always give clarity to what your role was as a public servant, and that it was people first.
His integrity is central to his character. The two go together. You know, he's a devout person.
I like to think of him as a man that is very impeccable. He has a good heart. He has a big heart. And everything about him made me fall in love with him.
One word, he's captivating. He draws you in. The confidence is undeniable. He is a leader, a true leader in every sense of the word.
Early on, what I learned about him was that whatever it was that he was going to decide to do, he worked very hard at it.
Very few people can make things happen. MT can make things happen.
For over a quarter of a century, Mtmisi St. Julian made things happen for a countless number of people as head of the Finance Authority of New Orleans.
People who thought that because they did not have the down payment and closing cost assistance to purchase a home, that it would never happen. Mtmisi is the man who made those dreams come true because he would not give up until he created programs to make those dreams realities.
He understood the dichotomy of and the holistic approach of, fine, we're not going to house everybody because everybody's not home ownership material, but let's set up an apparatus whereby for as far as the financial markets would allow us to go, we're going to take that and run with it.
And Mr. St. Julian did this job for 26 years. And he did it, and the only way you can do it is if you believe that those families, those low to moderate income families do get an opportunity, that they do have the resources.
Mtmisi had to convince the local area banks that this sort of unconventional programming could work. There were some restless nights that people did not see the stress that MT would have because it was taking a chance, you know, putting out those bond programs, but he did so every year without fail because the end result was all about the people.
He is the housing hero for this community. But beyond this community, he is known on a national level. His vision has been transformed to different communities. A lot of housing agencies all around this country adopted a lot of plans and a lot of things that he invented.
Though his work has gained him national notoriety, the many who he created possibilities and provided hope for may never know his name.
Mtmisi helped lead that movement. Have not heard it publicly, have not heard him given the credit publicly, but for those of us who were there, we remember it.
One of his principles is that service is more important than success. And if you really take time to understand what that means, I don't have to have my name in lights to make a difference. At the end of the day, it was all about getting one more person into a house. So he was faceless, he was nameless, and he never looked for recognition from anybody.
You know, the work is, as he always talks about, you know, it's beyond him, it's not about him. It's about the value that others get out of you doing the work. And he's lived that, and that's the principle that he always operates by.
He had a lot of opportunities to go into politics and to do things that were more glamorous, but he always chose to do the one thing that he thought he could do better and make a difference. And I applaud him for that. And the city's better because of him.
Even if his name isn't known by those he served, his name, Mtmisi, says it all. It's the name he chose and the name he lives.
The group that we were part of, we all decided to name ourselves. And so I took on a name as well. He took on the name Mtmisi, and his name means servant. The first time I saw him was back in 1970. He was in law school, and it was like love at first sight. Immediately, it was a physical attraction. But it didn't take long for me to see his vision, that he was this good person, you know, because of his commitment and his love that he had with everything that he touched and everything that he did. He was in love with life and in love with humanity. And at that time I knew that his name means servant. I didn't make the connection until many years later.
After marrying, St. Julian and his wife lived in a converted garage where they had their first child. They became first-time homebuyers in 1976 when a loan writer approved them for a loan.
He has never been more happy than when we did that, when we were able to move into our own home. And then that, in turn, continued with the work that he did to help others to get into their home.
We felt that, you know, when we came into these doors, we were helping other people come into their doors.
I think it's in his value system. I think it's a part of who he is, where the work that he's done, that he's been called to do, is really about affecting the community.
Ethically, you can't find anybody stronger. Committed, you can't find anybody stronger. A passion for things, you can't find anybody stronger. And the housing industry, the housing market, will miss him on his retirement.
While he may have retired from his job at the Finance Authority, most agree he won't retire from his calling of service.
MT will never retire. MT has moved on from a day job where he has made a huge impact, and will look for several new things to make another impact.
He's had many callings, and the Finance Authority represents one facet of the work that he was called here to do, he was put here to do.
Now he's working with the Silverback Society, which, as I told him, is going to change the city. I mean, that may be even bigger than what he did at the Finance Authority. And when you change the people, you change the character of the city.
He has definitely been a servant to the people. It's hard to see him go. I was surprised to hear that he was retiring, definitely. But it's time for him to take his last bow and enjoy his time with his family, and take a deep breath and enjoy his time with his queen and those grandbabies. It's well deserved.
He embodied every aspect of his name. Now, this attorney turned public servant, who helped start a school, has authored books, and impacted the lives of thousands, has taken a much-deserved retirement from his work, but not from his dedication of service to others. This is Bill Roussel, and I'm proud and humbled to give recognition to my friend, M. Tamishi St. Julian.
Tamishi, we are all proud of you. When you've reached retirement, I don't know what that means for you. For most people, it means they would stop, but not you, you know. Thanks for everything you've done for us, what you continue to do for us.
MT, it's been a great run, man. You've done a marvelous job. You ran the race, and I'm sure you're happy to pass the baton on to pick up another one.
Thank you for committing to the city of New Orleans. Thank you for passing the torch. And thank you for being who you are. Congratulations, and best wishes in your next endeavor.
And Tamishi, you've meant so much to so many people in this city. We love you. As you make your exit to the next stage of your life, just know that you are awesome in every way imaginable.
You have done a fantastic job. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for helping people. I know you will continue to help people in the future.
Everything that you said you would do, you did. We could count on you completely. I'm really pleased with what you did for the people of New Orleans, for housing, for homeowners. But I'm even more excited about what you're doing for the kids, because the next generation is what's important. You're going to change the city with the next step in your life.
Sometimes people who dedicate their lives, they stop, they pause and ask, if I've made a difference, that I stay on task. Well, M. Tamishi St. Julian, let me say this, you accomplished your goal. You did it with your mind, your intellect, and you did it with your soul. You won, man. Congratulations on your retirement.
I thank you, Mtimishi, sweetie, for all that you have done, all the work, your commitment, your dedication to make this world a better place. I love you.